Yeah, I'm using the silver twitch right now. P28. I don't have a flashy curve like lots of guys out there. Not too custom. And then I'm using the 67 flex. I just love the way the 67 feels. It's perfect for me, and always use this. These are my same specs I've used for a long time, and it's been working, and I just love the feel of it. Hi, my name is Gavin McKenna. Come get ready with me.
Your stick, does it need to be perfect? Is it something where you're like pretty precise about that, or it's kind of you throw it on and it is what it is?
Yeah, not really, not super precise. I just kind of feel for it, and I don't know, like it doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of do the same thing and it's around the same, but like the amount of times I go around the stick isn't always the same. It's just whatever feels best.
Do you do anything, do you cut it at all?
No, I just leave it like this. Yeah.
This is the chillest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Just take it and go.
Yeah.
Have you ever played with no tape?
No, I early in the year I started with just one wrapper on the bottom just to try it out, and it wasn't working for me, so I switched back to my old ways and went just the kind of toe there.
I saw in the locker room there was one.
Yeah.
The one strip around.
Yeah.
So you keep it around just in case.
Just a nice stick handle with that. That's my off-ice stick kind of, and yeah.
It's like, have you ever wanted like a team color in there? When you were a kid, did you ever use like any of the weird tape, like a camo tape?
I remember like really young, I used the Superman tape. That's about all I remember. That tape was the Superman.
From there, is there anything when you see like somebody do with a stick that you're like, oh, I would never do that, or like?
There's lots of things I wouldn't do. I don't know. Guys got their things, and whatever's working for them, I'm not gonna judge them, but it's probably something I'm not gonna do. I'm just kind of simple and keep it my way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's still unique. So let's get you actually doing the tape job.
Yeah. So I kind of just have always used like in between, this one in the middle here. I don't know why. It just kind of like for my knob, it just kind of fits around the thumb and pinky, I guess, a little bit. And then on the blade, it just kind of like, I don't know. I like the way it looks. I didn't like, like the only a few strips with the big tape, and then just too many with the little tape, and I just like it in the middle. Yeah, I usually start with the knob here. I don't know, I'm not one of those guys who is like doing crazy stuff with their knob, and you see some guys do a lot, and I just can never do that. I kind of like to just tape over the top here, and so the knob like doesn't come out, I guess. I kind of work down a little bit once I get that. There's no specific amount of times I go around, just kind of what feels nice, and I kind of like to pull it tight so it's not, all wrinkly and stuff.
I love it, because it's simple, but that's what is special.
Yeah, and then I kind of just feel for it, and then I think that feels right, and then usually just cut it, or I'll rip it, I guess. And then I kind of just crump this stuff down and get another feel for it, kind of squeeze it so it doesn't come undone, and that's about it for the knob. And then for the blade here, I usually sit down, kind of tuck it in between my legs, and then just kind of go where I naturally always go. I kind of like to not use much tape. I just like the way it kind of slides on the ice, and I just, I don't know, just tape it. I'm not the best at taping sticks, but
do you like doing it?
Yeah, not really. I used to, like, when I was younger, I used to not tape my stick until I got a new one. So I just tape it and then leave it.
Not tape your stick until you got a new stick?
Yeah, so I'd leave it for like months. So I just didn't like taping it.
I don't know that.
And once they get to the dub, you kind of can't do that anymore. So.
Did I chirp you about it?
Oh yeah, I got chirped quite a bit about it, but didn't really care. And then.
No wonder you're probably lighting them. Chirping my tape job.
Yeah, and then I just kind of do that. Just do the toe, and then just kind of flatten it out a little here before I cut it. And, I really like these scissors, how they kind of curl over the toe of the stick. It's nice to have.
It's almost like medical scissors.
Yeah. And I like to make sure there's not much like excess at the end. That's one thing I'm kind of particular about. but I don't know, that's about it for my TJ.
I love it. Is there anything that ever happens like when you're taping it that you're like, I gotta restart it?
Not really. Like maybe if it like gets twisted or something, but no, nothing really much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't like taping it that much, you don't.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah.
Rip right through it.
Yeah, it's quick, easy, done with. I've always been a Bauer guy, so I was kind of involved with the sticks. I've usually been a vapor guy, and I've always liked their sticks, and I've just kind of evolved with that. Whatever's new, I'll use it, and not much has evolved. I've kind of been the same way ever since I was a little kid. Just simple, keep it the same way. Don't like to change things up. And once again, I tried like the full blade, kind of like Patty Kane. I just didn't like how it didn't slide on the ice much, so kind of just evolved into this. It got shorter and shorter over the years, and I don't know, it probably will keep getting shorter the more I move on, but yeah, I just kind of evolved into this.
What do you do for warm-ups? Is there anything specific you got to do before you get on the ice?
No, nothing really. Just kind of put my stick in my stall, grab it, get out there. Obviously, you got some like pre-game rituals, I guess, with guys, like handshakes and stuff before you get out there. And then once you're out there, just kind of, I like to focus on my hands in warm-ups quite a bit. Kind of get those going, get the feel for the puck, and other than that, I don't got much. I just tape the one, usually.
Wow.
Yeah, I just tape the one. I usually have 2 backups, but they're all puck marked up, and doesn't really affect me. If I break a stick, I don't care if the tape's all marked up. Usually for me, if I have a bad 2 periods before the third, that's when I'll retape my stick, but that's about the only time I'll retape it during the game.